Okay. So here we have in the Azure organizations. So we can create the multiple projects in the organization, and we can control those projects global settings also from the organizations. From the organizations, we can set up. And if you go to this overview, say here we have uh, how many projects we can create, how many work items we can tag. Like this, we have the limits we have, and you can give the like a restrictions, all those also policies, permissions, all those also we can enforce here. Okay, so now here just go through some time on the organization settings also. So what we want to try is we want to give the like a public access also, because by default we are not getting the permission to provision the public projects. By default we are getting only for the private applications we are getting. Okay, but what is my requirement is, now I want to give the permission to public access. And here also we can like if you go to this user account also, so here you can generate the personal access tokens, all these also we can use here. So because why we need the pat is, in the GitHub we have the pat. Okay, so but here what we need to do is, if you want to add a agent, then that pat is required. Okay, so then what now we need to do is, what is advantage by giving a public project, at least for the practice purpose? I think we are getting one agent we are getting in the public project. For the private project, we are not getting the parallel access. But for public project, we'll get one project will get the access. Okay, so that is the reason I'm trying to give the public access. Um, I didn't get this option, but in this organization settings itself, we have security, maybe in the policies. Yeah. So in the security policies, allow public projects. So by default, this we have is off. Okay. So now I'm going to, so by allowing these public projects, what is going to happen is we can create the public projects. Okay. So if we go for the public projects, at least self-hosted we can run unlimited. Okay. Even for public project also, they're not giving Microsoft hosted, but self-hosted we can run unlimited parallel jobs we can run. Okay, that's also useful for us for going forward. Then I'm going to create one project. Okay, I'm going to create one project. So yesterday we used the same repo. New project. So I'm going to use the public. So here which like a work item process. We have like a Scrum or Agile. Which one we are using also depends upon your project. We can choose this work item process, and even according to that GitHub boards, all those also they are going to provide. Now we came to the project. I'll try to import that resource to this GitHub. I'm using Azure shell.azure.com we need to use.
So this shell@azure.com will give CLI access,
Yes, yes.
and we
Just like
can't use this. Behind this Copilot, one symbol is the terminal. Can't we use that?
which one?
Uh, Behind this Copilot option, that terminal option is there, no, for PowerShell.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is also is opening same thing.
Same, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. That is opening same.
Okay, okay. Clear.
Now that password I'm going to generate here. Now it is pushing this. We already got that code into our GitHub repo now. Okay, so we got this in the GitHub repo. Then what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create one a pipeline. So we need to write down the YAML code. Okay, so Azure repos Maven, and as of now, just I'm building this Maven. Depends upon that predefined task. It is already generated, but we need to write down this YAML code, and we are going to commit this into main branch. In the real time, directly we don't commit into the master branch. We'll commit to a feature branch. We'll raise a pull request to that. But as of now, I'm directly merging to this. Okay, and it's already triggered this also. But here we don't have parallelism settings. In order to make that parallelism settings, I'll create one self-hosted agent I'm going to create. Okay, I'll go to my project settings. Say here we have the agent pools. I'm by default Azure pipelines, but we don't have any this. They're not giving any parallelism settings for us. Okay, what I'll try to do is I'll create one more agent pool. It's a new self-hosted agent pool, or VM. We can create a VM scale set also. I'm giving the name as cloud pool. So in this we don't have any agents. So as of now, I need to create a VM. Okay. So here I'll create a VM. Image I'm going to choose Ubuntu. I have chosen here. So as of now, I'm connecting through the password itself. Then 22 port I need to open. So I'm creating this VM. On that, we need to install that Azure agent. For the DevOps, they're giving one agent. That agent we need to install. And we need to get the PAT token also for the security purpose to register this with our Azure DevOps project. We need to configure the PAT also. Yeah. So now that resource, I'll connect to that VM. So now here, if I come to my repo settings, so now here I need to add a new agent. Now we have the OS is Linux. I need to download that agent. I need to download that agent. I copied that agent path, but try to download the latest version also. Okay, so from Microsoft also we can get that latest version of agent. So now here we have VSTS agent Linux, something around 4.255 version, we got it. Now what I need to do is I'm creating one directory and I switch it to the directory. Okay, so now I'll try to extract that one, but it's not in my downloads. This throws an error because in my downloads I don't have. So it's there in my home directory. That VSTS directory is available. In my home directory, that VSTS is available. Now it is extracting the complete that zip file or whatever the gun zip we have. It is extracting that complete file. Now in this we have that .config file would be there. Config sh. This script we need to run that from that already it extracted. Now that shell script we are going to configure this config sh. I'm going to run this. Okay. Config.sh. Now it will ask you the your organization details, project, personal access token, pool name, all these it need to specify. Okay, so then it is we need to accept this. Okay, so then press enter. Okay, say yes or no. I'm typing yes. So then we need to enter our server URL. Your organization settings, you can get the details. This is your organization URL. Otherwise, if you go to organization settings also, okay, so this is the organization URL. Then we need to enter the authentication token. Okay, for the authentication token, we are going to use PAT, we are going to use it. Okay, so we are going to use the PAT we are going to enter. Okay, so using the personal access token, we are going to authentication. That's the reason we enter. Now it is asking me the personal access token. Now if I go to this account, okay, user settings, I can generate a PAT here. Okay, I can generate a PAT here. I'm generating a new token. Say I'm going to give this one for the 90 days. I'm going to give full access. Okay, so this token I'm going to enter here. Now it asks you the agent pool name. Okay.
Sir, here just we are connecting to our
Yeah,
organization.
this
That's it, right?
agent need to register, authenticate, right? Normally in the Jenkins will configure through SH.
Yeah.
This agent now need to register and it need to be like registered. For that it required authorization token.
Okay. This pat we got it from our organization.
Yeah, from our organization because that need to give the authorization to that.
Okay, clear.
Okay, now here we have cloud pool is the name of the agent pool we have created. Now agent name I'll give my agent I'm going to give here. My agent I'm going to give this. Okay, now this agent is running, but in this definitely we required if you want to run that Java application. Okay, So all that. Now this by default that work directory where lib Jenkins we have here, it is going to create underscore work is one workspace kind of folder. It is getting created. Now you go and see that in the agent pool settings, says shell is done. I'll, this GitHub also is done. Now if you come to this agent, okay, so this capabilities also is very, very important. This capabilities also is very, very important for this. I'll try to, so now here we need to install Maven and Java also we need to install. Because as of now that doesn't have that capability on that. Now we'll see that. Now this came to online. Okay, so that run script we run that. Then with that it came to run. Okay, then what we need to do is on the agent, what we need to do? We need to
We have to
install
configure
Java and
Maven. Maven.
Maven we need to install. Already we have updated that. 17 I'm going to use. So these capabilities also we need to get in the agent, otherwise it can't perform those operations. Now OpenJDK has been installed. I'm installing Maven also here. we need to normally rerun that because this agent capabilities also. So it need to scan that new agent capabilities also. If I go to this agent capabilities, okay, so definitely we should have this Java is came, right? Java we got, and Maven also we got it. So Java and Maven we got. Okay, so now I'll go to my repo, or maybe from the pipeline. I'll try to run that. If any new commit comes, automatically that pipeline can trigger. But here we need to do some changes. I'll explain that. Still this is using parallelism, because if I go to my pipeline, this is having VM images. VM image we have is Ubuntu latest only we have. Ubuntu latest. But what we need to have there, our own agent pool we need to specify. Our own agent pool
We should specify.
we should specify for that. That name I'm going to give here. I'll edit this. Say here what is the agent pool name we have is, what is the agent pool name? What is the agent pool name?
I think cloud pool. Cloud pool.
Cloud pool. The name is, so even we can give those capabilities also. I'll try to commit this. Now automatically that pipeline will trigger. So now here it asks the permission to access. I'm going to give the permission to that. So now those tasks are it's trying to run on. So this, if you set up this on your environment, what you can do is you can run the multiple projects on that self-hosted, and it's a public, right? You can configure the multiple agents also. You can configure this multiple applications also. We can configure. We no need to worry about that parallelism setting. Okay. And in the same way, we can configure even the VM scale sets also, because in the production environments, multiple people are going to use that, multiple projects in the organization. Then instead of configuring only one agent, what we can do is
Scale set. VM scale set.
we can use the scale set. So we can use the scale set also. We can set up. Okay, so that is also try to set up this Maven something. It's got that. Yeah. So this is that is a very old Maven, like with the 17, or maybe we may have the compatibility issues. But our job is executing on that specific agent. The same setup you try to do it on Windows agent also. Okay. So for Windows agent, what you need to do? You need to take a Windows VM. On that Windows VM, if you go to this your project settings, agent pools, new agent. Yeah, these commands you need to run this. Download that one into your uh, Windows. Then you need to run this PowerShell commandlets. Okay. So then this is maybe if you want to run any .NET based applications, maybe we may use the Windows agent instead of a Linux agent. .NET Core may be supported on Linux, but normal .NET applications won't support Linux agents. Okay, so like this we need to configure. Otherwise, one more solution is we can use the Docker containers or Kubernetes also we can use. Docker containers or Kubernetes also we can use in this use case. Okay, so till this at least try to run this. Okay, so then we'll deploy this to the VM scale set, and we need to integrate with the Terraform. We can say suppose Terraform scripts need to run through the pipeline. Like this, we need to perform the operations.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so coming back to this, so this still this agent wise, everyone do this. So we'll discuss again the terminologies what we have in the Azure DevOps wise. It's like a almost it's just like Jenkins itself, but we need to integrate with the Azure DevOps Azure services like app services, AKS clusters. How to do that? We'll discuss. So in order to do these kind of pipelines, also we have one more. Uh, so just like EKS workshop we have, right? Yeah. So now here we have one labs we have. Okay, so now here Azure DevOps labs.com we have. Okay, in this almost we have more than 30 to 40 projects we have. Okay, these labs everyone need to finish. Then with this we can get 4 to 5 years of experience with the DevOps also. Okay, so now here finally what we need to deploy in our application is we have a multi-container application environment. We need to deploy to AKS cluster, AKS cluster. Otherwise, say here, like we can deploy a Docker base to Azure App Service. Okay, so these all the different applications in your environment. Okay, so otherwise we can integrate with the Selenium. Okay, so it depends upon your project also. These labs will help us to perform. What is the URL? Azure DevOps labs. Okay, then if I go to any of this lab, like maybe Docker base to app service, how to perform these labs also, they have given this. And you can create a project also from this itself. Okay, so build a custom Docker agent. Now, if you go to DevOps demo generator, the given one demo generator also, what this is generating is, it is generating the complete project for you. The complete project it is going to generate for us. Change some. I'll explore this. Normally, this used to give that the complete project it used to generate for us. So we'll create these projects, all these for these labs, whatever the projects we have, it is going to generate automatically. Now the change that I'll explore that. So now here we need to deploy microservice application. Then we need to create the pipeline. Okay. So then here we need to create one Kubernetes cluster also. Okay. Once we create the cluster, like if you go to this Azure DevOps demo generator link, it used to generate the link project for us, and the template if you choose, it is going to generate. Then we need the resources. What are the resources we required is Kubernetes, all these we required to set up. Then that DevOps project and these services we need to link, and then we need to update the pipeline also. These labs we need to do. So with this what is going to happen is we need to integrate with the like that pipeline. First they given the pipeline is only for the CI, but we need to add, like we need to add container registry. Okay, then we need to use like a push to ECR. Then we need to deploy to Kubernetes. All these we need to add in this lab. Okay, finally we are going to get the YAML code. So this lab, if you do, automatically we are going to get 3 to 4 years of experience, and we'll create the different deployment groups, environments, approvals, all these also will do. So here directly it is not generating. I think they have changed some settings. I'll explore this. Then automatically we'll create these projects in our Azure repos. I think they have given some installers. I'll explore this. Previously, it is to generate the complete project and we can do the practice. How to do this, I'll explain. But in order to execute these also, we want the agents. So hence, how to set up the agents you set up. Then all these applications are, each one is one real-time application itself. So here, what are the projects we have is, each one is one big use case in the job, like deploying to AKS clusters, integrating with the Selenium, app services. Okay, all these are our practical use cases itself. Okay, so these all we can explore. These are, if you do 3 to 4 projects, then you will understand how to deploy the applications with the pipeline, build pipeline, and with the release pipeline, we are going to provision all these. As of now, they provision these AKS clusters or all these through PowerShell or CLI they have created. But in the real time, we can provision all those through Terraform itself, we can tell. Okay, so these we'll discuss in the next Monday session, we'll discuss. But everyone try to run one sample Maven application, one .NET based project on the Linux and Windows agents. That parallelism settings, you don't worry about that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So these are how to set up this project. I'll show. Then from this lab, these projects we can finish in the Azure DevOps. Okay. So no one like practicing all this. If you practice this, automatically we'll get 3 to 4 years of experience also. We'll get a lot of repos, we'll get like boards, all that it is generating for the real project type. That if you understand, very easy to explain in the interview also. Automatically it used to generate, but they did some settings. I'll explore that. And everyone install Visual Studio also on your laptop, because developers all those directly they'll use from the Visual Studio also. They'll connect to Azure DevOps with the extensions, and from there also we can do our steps. Okay, so Visual Studio,
VS Code, VS Code or Visual Studio?
yeah, Visual Studio is maybe good.
Yeah, we have VS Code. Yeah.
Yeah, Visual Studio, the complete suite we can. Okay, so from that also we can connect to on-premises if they have the Azure DevOps server, all those also they can use. No need to go for uh, 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 SaaS base. Some companies will keep on-premises also. They're going to maintain Azure DevOps server. They're going to maintain, not like a SaaS base. They're locally installing one Azure DevOps server. Large-scale enterprises may use that also. Previously, it's called as TFS. Now it's called as Azure DevOps server. Okay. So today focus, these all very vast things. First focus on the how to run that pipeline execution. Then we'll come to this lab. If you finish this lab, very easily we can work on the Azure DevOps projects. Okay.
Okay, sir. Clear.
Sure. And lot of people like just trying to use through